1 second, 1 second. Check mic 1, 2. Are you all nice?
We're good to go. We're good to go. All right, guys, we're live. So those on Instagram, follow us now. We're on YouTube on Big Ego Media. It's a podcast going to be here hopefully on time every Mondays from 7 p.m. where we talk about the weekly topics, what's going on, what's trending, and just give our opinion. Doesn't mean we're going to be right. It's just our opinion. It's not facts either. But I hope you guys enjoy it. And with me, as always, every single week will be
Just Chris.
Yep.
And Wild G.
What's going on?
How's your weekend, guys?
It's all right, man.
Weekend's
Well, we on live now.
We are live on Instagram as well. So
I didn't realize.
There you go. We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. Go over to Big Ego Media right now and let us know if it's working. Anyway, big up everyone. I'm gone.
No trolls.
No shows. So, guys, how's your weekend?
Good, man.
Brav, I don't remember my weekend, to be honest with you.
Oh, is that wild?
I've been doing so much stuff during the week to do with work and other bits and pieces that they've literally.
By the way, just count. Everyone who's watching, count how many times Warren says bits and pieces.
I say it about 50 times.
Every sentence he goes, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Just saying, back on my second.
I mean, how'd you say bits and pieces so many times? Is that in what context can it be? Okay, I was doing bits and pieces, but
Think about it. No, but think about it. If you think about it,
the thing about it is. So just say I fucked you.
But think about it though. How many different ways can you say bits and pieces? You say it for loads.
You
of stuff.
say it for
what
everything.
though? Like I can say, okay, oh yeah, I was doing the bits and pieces last night.
Yeah.
There's no more bits
There's
and pieces.
been a few bits and pieces going on.
There's a bits and pieces of everything.
Yeah.
Our whole
Let's
friendship.
There's a bit and a piece of everything. Yeah, but work has been changing my days, my rest days, the days that I'm supposed to have off. They've been changing it so I can do other bits and pieces.
Yeah. So wild weekend then, or
yeah, look, me and the missus, we had a fun time. Got the kids looked after, and then I think we just chilled. I can't even remember exactly what I did. Literally,
I mean, that's when you know when you got kids, but you don't know what happens on the weekend.
Yeah. I don't know what happens anymore.
It just disappears.
Every day rolls into every day.
It just disappears. It's like, well, just that's it.
what did you do this weekend?
I was so in Greenwich.
Yeah.
They had like a Christmas light show thing in a park. So
everyone's doing like a bit of a winter wonderland.
Yeah, it was freezing, bro. Literally, the worst part of it, we went to buy Robin brand new trainers, white Nike trainers, and Natasha's like, let's go to the park to this like festival thing. And the first thing Robin did was walk into I couldn't even see her ankles. Yeah. They just disappeared into the mud. I just spent £50 or whatever it was in these Nike high top trainers for a 3-year-old. Gone.
Bro, my kids live in Wellington boots.
I was just like, why?
I actually bought my daughter boots on Saturday as well, though she got quite a few. But yeah, Winter Wonderland is sort of meant to be sort of a romantic date night. But I was gonna go with the family a few weeks ago, booked everything to go.
Oh, Amy, who's that? Who's that? Army, come on, man. It's our second show. The audio's fine now, bro. We failed. I failed.
Is this in the audio still?
No, he's like, wow, the sound is good. That's a first.
Oh.
I don't know if he's referring to you.
No, he might be referring to me. What's his name?
Army of Elohim?
Might mean to block him. Might mean to block him later. I'm joking.
But you saying you booked Winter Wonderland?
Yeah, I booked Winter Wonderland. So I think it's like £5 entry. £5 entry. Yeah. But then you have to also book for different sort of rides. All together there's 4 of us meant to go. My 2 daughters and obviously my partner. And then in the end, everything's booked up. Alison's getting her hair done and she couldn't get it done in time. And she's like, well, you guys can't go because the first time we go Winter Wonderland, I want to make sure that we all go together. So I was like, so we end up didn't go.
With the mic in front of your mouth, man.
You can't hear me? They can hear me.
Yeah, I know, but you're getting like
I keep moving away. They went that way then.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, no, next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when does it finish? It finishes like halfway through this month, isn't it?
Does it? I'm not too sure. Because when Winter Wonderland finishes.
Bro, I can't deal with that Winter Wonderland place, bro. Yeah. One, it's extortionate.
Very.
And now you got to pay for entry as well.
What?
Yeah.
You got to pay to walk in there.
This year it started.
Yeah. I think it might be due to COVID.
Because the whole idea is you go in there, there's stands, you got ice skating, you got little things. Now you have to pay to even walk in.
Yeah.
I clearly remember paying. It said entry £5.
Yeah. This year they talked about it. I'm not too sure where they talked about it, but this year is when they started to charge you for entry, and then after they charge you for entry,
you pay for other things.
Yeah. Whereas before you just went there, you paid for other things, and you just had a good time.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to be chatting about today. So anyone who's just tuning in, by the way, welcome. If you didn't see Bobby's intro before, we're going to be doing this every single week. every Monday, 7 p.m. We'll try and be on time next time. And we're going to be talking about trending news, what's going on. We're going to have some special guests along the way. So feel free to leave your comments in the chat, questions in the chat, topic suggestions in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat right here, so I ain't going to miss any of that. And yeah, that's the goal of the show. So enjoy and let us know. And oh yeah, was it RTP? Thank you for the kind comment. Said Bobby's up in the levels.
It's not me. It's down to these guys. It's down to these guys. If it was me, you guys know it would just be on my phone, Instagram live. so yeah, so it's down to these guys, man.
You still get the numbers. But how was your weekend as well?
Weekend was pretty good. Saturday, what did we do? Yeah, Saturday just went shopping with the kids. Westfield. Then after that in the evening, we stayed home Saturday evening. Then Sunday was busy. I had to go to a concert. Had to film an interview. There's so many things to do. And Friday night went to was it Friday night? Might be Friday night.
We're shit.
When you have kids, it all rolls into one.
Nothing of what's going on.
My days didn't even change. My
kids went to go and watch. That's it. Boxing Day on Friday night. Decent film, go and watch it.
Okay.
It's a black sitcom, Christmas. You know, you never really get black sitcoms. And one of the things people have been talking about, and why I even done a video telling people go and watch it, is that normally our films always have to be about gangs, about crime, about whatever. But there's actually, the majority of black people are not doing crime. They're not involved in gangs. So why can't we tell their stories? So this one is a rom-com, and I actually really enjoyed it. So go and watch it.
Wicked. Yeah, we was with you on Friday. I remember.
For like how much did they pay?
Yeah, I was here.
How much did they pay you for that shout out?
Nah, they didn't pay me at all, but big them up.
So what's happening? Because
well, this weekend was the MOBOs. That was big. That was a big thing. Over in Coventry. I think that was on Saturday.
Is that where it was?
That was
Coventry.
last night.
Yeah, it was in Coventry.
Why is it in Coventry?
Maybe London just become expensive.
No, it is expensive. Yeah, it's probably. They got venue hire in Coventry is going to be next to nothing.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of dancers there. I saw a few performances in their tech and stuff like that. A few
of the boys are there?
Just loads of people. I got loads of people. People that I've employed before, people that I work with, people that I'm inspired by.
I bet they're excited to get back on stage again.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But at the same time, it's all these different people now that are dancers that have got to a level that they're actually dancing behind these different artists that they could only dream of before.
I mean, how much money can dancers really make out of a career? Is it something that you can go into and say, I'm going to be a dancer as a career?
Or LG can tell you about that one.
Yeah, the thing about it is you can, and as the thing about it is that you can, and as it's building up, as the scene is going up more, and as people are doing stuff, there's different lanes that you can go into now. Whereas beforehand, it was just being a backing dancer. But being a backing dancer wasn't bad. It depends on what countries you were in.
It's like a couple £100 a day.
Yeah.
Not even. There's some people that are getting thousands, but it depends on. It's the same thing like.
There's no consistency in it. There's like the really high level that makes bare P.
Yeah.
And that's a tiny percent, and then everyone was making fuck all. Basically.
That's the thing. It's changing now because you've got the TikTok guys that are getting sponsorships. You've got the YouTube people that are becoming influencers and dancers.
I spoke to a TikTok guy yesterday. He's doing a show. He's got 5 million followers. He's doing a TikTok live tomorrow for TikTok, and he's getting paid he gets paid £1,000 a minute.
Oh, that's mad. So I'm gonna last. How long gonna dance all day? 24 hours.
It's £1,000 a minute, bro, and he's doing 50 minutes.
That's crazy.
He made 50 Gs.
That's crazy.
On Thursday, he's making 50 Gs.
Talking about the MOBOs again, my great event as usual. I didn't get to watch it properly. I'm gonna watch it again today. My only one gripe is, why is Speta winning best grime act?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I don't understand.
Speta's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, won loads of different bits and pieces.
Because I actually listened to his EP for the first time this weekend, and it went over my head before. I didn't have time, but I was driving somewhere. I thought, let me actually listen to this. Yeah. And it's actually a brilliant EP. And what I like about it is that he's got different elements. He's got a bit of Afro beat. He's got one grime. He's got like 5 different songs, all different elements. So I'm perplexed to find out, why has he won best grime act? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it needs to move on, to be honest with you. But I definitely think Skepta has he's made a catalyst from where he's been to where he's gone. And I think him getting the best grime act is them being a bit lazy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel that's lazy.
Sometimes I don't know what their kind of
it's not terrible, but there's more people that have been doing a lot more work. But with
things like the MOBOs, what's their span? What have they looked at? What grime?
Who also decides? Because I remember when I was kind of interviewing Russ, I was saying that if it is the public who actually vote, you're just going to be the most popular person who wins.
Yeah.
Right?
It seems like there's a panel though.
I'm hearing there's a panel also
Yeah,
kind
so
of selects,
probably
but
some outdated people on the panel.
No, there might be some,
Maybe.
but I know that there's a few people that I've seen
Listen,
post up
I've
on
run loads
Instagram
of
that
award
said that
ceremonies
they-
over the years. Yeah,
Yeah.
I run like one of the biggest corporate award ceremonies in a year, and you get submissions and you get the company vote. But we always just chose.
yeah.
Like, we always ask the public, and I know, and I've
So ask the public just part of the marketing, let's
Yeah,
get them feeling
100%.
they're involved.
that dude. This way it is. I did one recently, and it's like all these like big, like it's called the Thinkers 50, and it's like the best minds in the world. It's
Yeah.
recognized, and basically it's like whoever pays the most wins, or whoever's the most popular. They might not be the most. They might not be the most talented,
Yeah.
or put out the great amount of content from music perspective, but they got the most followers, so they win.
Yeah.
So
But
it
shout
really
out to all the
depends.
winners, man. Shout out to all the winners who took part, and yeah, it's another year recognizing sort of people for black culture who are doing well in the music scene. And Frank Bruno won the legendary one, so I think he deserves his flowers.
Yeah.
So we see,
Yeah.
Frank has been around for a while. And he's
Peacock
been,
Jim, bro.
Oh, Chunks and Philly won an award. I'm not too sure what that was for.
I think they won best personality. So yeah, they
I love the fact that they got one personality between them. They're like best personality.
I get it. It's a bit like Ant and Dec though, isn't it?
That's-
Ant and Dec have won. I think
They are like
the
the Ant
British
and Deck,
one.
innit? They are like they're like
Ant
our
and
Ant and Deck. That's crazy.
And then today as well, you've seen Boris Johnson got his police gear knocking on people's doors.
That's so funny. Imagine you getting arrested or
They open the door. You imagine that. Oh, police, open up. Oh, shit, can't open the door. Right.
You hear him
It's
mumbling
Boris
as well,
Johnson.
like,
Yeah,
bro.
You're in cuffs getting walked out and he's just there, like by your door or literally downstairs or in the car.
Just
or
him
something
being
like
there
that.
would be bad enough. Just being like
I
embarrassment.
think someone should go for him. Someone should try to beat him up.
What? Well, you want someone to bang him up?
Yeah, if they get arrested, just like break free and try to give him a little headbutt.
Can you imagine?
It'll go down to the
Just to
media.
say, that's not my other opinion. That's Wild G.
Is there going to be a lot of that? Is there going to be a lot of that on this show? Like just deflecting. So
Yeah.
basically, so he's just released a drugs plan that aims to help 300,000 what he calls problem drug users, and it's basically going to provide rehabilitation. So I love the fact that they said they got no money, but they're now going to invest 780 million of funding into this.
But they said
drug treatment
also
program.
something about they want to target the users, the middle class users, by taking away their passports. So I
I
understand.
saw that. That's a different thing, but it's all kind of same basically.
Yeah, but I understand how does that mean? Well, okay, I take your passport.
And your
now you
driving
can't
license.
take drugs no
And your
more.
driving license.
And driving license. Okay, what about if I'm a middle class drug user who
Do you know
don't
what it is?
drive? I don't go on
Let
holidays.
me tell you why though, because that's a punishment to the middle class.
Yeah, can.
They're the ones that love a holiday, love driving in a nice car.
Yeah.
That's probably the way. Actually, not a terrible idea because
Yeah.
for them, that's like you're basically trapped in. You can't go nowhere. You can't drive nowhere. That's probably. I feel like there's better ways,
But
obviously.
it's gonna
but-
be like until you want to start taking drugs again. So how long does it last? I don't think that's.
But
gonna
unless
work.
they do what's it called, rehab,
Yeah.
then really and truly, that's making it worse for them. They
Yeah.
can't travel nowhere.
Well,
They
this-
can't go nowhere. They can't. The escapism is taking the drugs.
Yeah.
So they can't go nowhere and
They
do
probably
that. They're just going to sit in their
probably-
house and take
more
the drugs. Yeah.
So back to this article because they are two separate things. So this one they say that they've also allocated 300 million of that funding to combat more than 2,000 gangs in the UK. I didn't even know it was 2,000 gangs in the UK. But how
I mean,
was that even mean?
Hackney alone has about 20 different gangs. To be fair, that's just a borough of Hackney.
Oh God, yeah. So, but
Scotland,
they
you
said
got
they're also
Scotland,
gonna, as you said,
Manchester.
also gonna take away their driving licenses, passports. How like they're gonna give the money to 50 councils across the UK. But
Okay,
again,
but
like,
let's hope that everyone utilizes the money well as well and put it into the right programs and services because like it's all good. Okay, we're gonna give you guys money and then the services you're providing, the young people don't want to take part in it, so it all has to make sense.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm always skeptical when they allocate money. I'm like, who's getting that money? How's it getting spent? Because the people that make those decisions are so disconnected from the people they're trying to serve.
And that's
they
the
have
thing.
no idea what the
That-
younger generation want. They assume, like corporates, they assume what their employees want. How about you ask them?
And that's the thing as well, right? Is that what is with a lot of sort of black people, we've never actually started writing grants to actually apply for this. Normally it will be someone middle class who's written the grant and said, okay, from the grant we'll deliver the service and you guys will get this. So
We'll allocate this and we'll do that.
So what we started doing, especially Henry Football Club, we started writing our own grants and it took us a while to get to that point. So yeah.
And funding, once you get funding funding starts to come from loads of different
Yeah,
places.
you showcase and evidence what you do as well. And yeah, but hopefully let's see.
What I was also going to mention as well is that they're talking about targeting gangs. They're talking about all these little like things that come from, let's say, more of a urban type of spread that they're trying to go after.
Yeah.
But what about the doctors and stuff that are giving out loads of prescriptions to people with painkillers and stuff like that? There's certain people out there, especially certain professionals out there, that just as bad as the drug dealers out there. They can just sign a prescription and give it out.
But I guess with a doctor, it's legal because someone comes to you and say, you know what, I got this leg pain or this head pain, and it's okay, I'll prescribe you this.
When they're talking about middle class, that whole kind of
no, they mean the drug users. For example, a lot of middle class people take class A.
But
let's take cocaine, right? They sniff cocaine. So these people, they just buy the stuff. But what happens in the streets is the violence that comes with that. The middle class people who are taking these drugs recreationally. Said that right? Yeah, I did say that right. Recreationally.
You know, make sure about how I say the right words, we're lying.
Yeah. So
I don't care about that anymore.
Let's say Joe, he buys his bits of cocaine, goes back home,
takes his cocaine,
goes on his life. But that guy selling the cocaine, he's having beef with the people in the other territories who are trying to rob him, and then the younger people who work under them. So that's where all that it feeds down. It feeds down.
But a good question from the comments from Cardigan said, "How do you decide who is and who isn't middle class?"
Okay. I mean, middle class. I think it comes down to I guess how much money you
I don't know that. That's a good question.
What I'll say, for my personal understanding, you got the working class, the people who work up to a certain amount of money they get each year, and the middle class is sort of the above the threshold.
I know no one knows the answer. It's not about trying to get it right. But what do you assume that bracket is financially?
No, but
I'll say about 50
no, but I wasn't even going to say if they make that. I was also going to say like to do with
they own a home already, maybe they inherited a house.
Yeah,
no, that's what I was saying. Inheritance
situation.
No, but inheritance is a big topic.
A massive part of it. If you inherit a house, you're set. Bro.
But
that's most people.
If you're part of a family that has certain businesses or certain investments and stuff like that, you don't have to do anything else. Like some of them don't have to work; they choose to work. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where the levels of classism starts coming in, like with like the class system to do with high, elite, middle, all these kind of bits.
I guess it can come into so many different things depending on where you live as well. You can, if you live in a derelict council estate, you won't be class sort of middle class, right? So kind of depends on locality as well. I believe, I don't know, but
where you live,
it's a whole plethora of different things.
I think some people fake it as well. Some people are in huge debt, but they're living in a middle class or in an upper class kind of society.
Like, because you might be in debt, right? But then you own your house, so you don't have to pay any rent, so you're just fine. I know people like that.
Or they have assets, or they have bonds, or they have whatever they have.
In the chat, let us know what you think an upper class. What the financial.
Yeah, we'll research it. But what is the class system?
I'm thinking like what you said, 50k.
I think 50k
is like the separation point. So like you go from like lower to upper, middle, and then you got high, upper, which are like what's it after that?
I guess it's after that is the monarchy, right?
No, there's got to be another step above that.
Of what? From upper class?
Like so you got lower class,
the aristocrats,
so lower class, middle class, upper class. So I'm saying middle class people make 30 to 40.
Middle class?
30 to 50?
I think more than that.
30 to 50?
No, I'll say 40 upwards.
And then upper class is what, 100 grand plus, say?
Yeah, and then after that you got the just.
But are we saying making that or has that, like sitting in their bank, like just sitting there, like has that? Because when the thing about it is what I'm saying is, let's say I work in a train company and I work in a train system. I know that some of the people that work in that same company are working class, but they're train drivers because of their skill. They make 50 to 60,000.
Oh, so is it then okay?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Industry as well, then I guess, because
but there's many different. I think there's many different factions to do with it. It's like who you're hanging around with, where you are, where you go.
Because if you say it just by money, you can talk about some of the artists that you interview. You could call them.
They're elite. They're part of the elites. They're upper class.
Okay.
I feel like it's a combination of
it's a combination of various different things. Yeah,
where you grow up, your surroundings, your current financial situation, i.e., if you've had
education.
I mean, we were talking earlier as well about identifying. So can you identify as a working class person? Can I identify as a middle class person?
But that's what I'm going to say.
It depends. I guess it might be down to what you feel.
But that's what I'm going to say. I've I wouldn't say the name of school, but I taught in a school recently, and one of the people that I know that was the teacher and everything like that from the same area as me. So she identifies as coming from working class, but the area she now lives in, and before her husband passed away, she's now basically kind of like graduated up to middle class, and her kids are now middle class.
Yeah, I think you can change your narrative. To
and
be
then
fair.
also where she's had family members that have passed away, she now has multiple inheritance.
Okay.
So therefore, she's got stock money. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So and whatever she's making, she's mostly making less than 50. She might be only making 30.
I think that might be a question, yeah.
Yeah, what she has and where she's living and the community that she's in. And then she even said, and once I knew that she's kind of in the middle class areas, when she said all her children are basically actors. So they had an opportunity not to have so a lot of actors that I've known are not always successful.
Yeah.
Some of them don't have jobs. Some of them had to sign on. Do you get what I'm saying? But the area and the faction and the class system that they're in, they've got people around them that can, I think your acting's wicked.
Yeah.
Here's a sponsorship. Here's this.
Yeah.
Oh, I've still got something I've got to give to, someone that you're with can say, I've still got money to give from my company for like charity wise. Isn't there a way that I can do this? I can donate to the theatre that you're part of and all these kinds of stuff. A lot of people from the ends, we don't get that. We don't get someone that's going to give something to us. And then when someone does get that, it's more like not a sponsorship. Is it sponsor? It is. The scholarship kind of thing. It's like a scholarship program that you have. So I don't know. For me, I thought about this kind of thing before, and I think to myself, there's a lot of
Ghost House said he's in the hustle class. I like that. You know,
I like that.
Ghost House, you need to get you need that's hustle class is a brand. That's a sick brand name.
Start a t-shirt brand there.
T-shirt brand, hustle class. Listen, Ghost House, I promise you right now, if you create a hustle class t-shirt, I'm buying it. Or jumper, whatever. Let me know. I want a hustle class.
You got a couple weeks of us. I'm there. I'm doing it.
The Hustle Class podcast. Start one, bro. It went out there. And RTP said the bracket changes every month since the mid 2020. And she said, and Cardigan said the middle class sniffers that they know earn well over 100K.
Okay.
I thought it was more, to be honest with you. I thought middle class is more.
Because upper class is probably millions, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
Like
you're right. Middle class is like like a couple hundred grand.
But can you earn 80K a year and consider yourself lower class?
Nah.
Exactly. So middle class can't be up there.
It's not. I get what you're saying, and I completely agree. But I also think to myself, it's where you see yourself in the bracket. Where like that's why I think, as I keep saying, there's so many different factions because it's who you're around, what you're doing, how you're doing.
And I think it's also mindset and maybe your parents' heritage as well. Like if your parents are from a certain stock, that's passed on. So for example, the aristocracy, you will still be part of that. Yeah. For years and years.
What's the numbers? Our chat's on it. So RTP message in the chat said that from April 2019 to March 2020, the median pay for average household income in the UK was 30K, 29,900.
So that's working class.
Well, that's just saying the average household income. Yeah. So it probably is that old, but would you say that must be if you say like? Actually, I don't even know.
So, for instance,
that's a good stat though to understand. That's low in the UK. Yeah. It's mad. Obviously, we're in London, so we're like, if you did the London one, I've seen the London one. The average one in London is like 50K, I think, if I remember, specifically in London. But
to do with what I was going to touch on, or where this came up when I was talking about
middle class is anyone earning more than 25K.
More than 25,
and then someone else has said 30. So it's like
I think it's above 30.
But let's say let me land. Let me say this thing. So you see when that thing Blue Therapy was on, and that guy Paul. I'll show you the link here. But there was a guy called Paul in it, and I don't know if he's was an actor or not. That's neither here nor there. What I was going to talk about is the person that he was portraying. He was in Knightsbridge and these kind of areas. He has different clients and different people that he works with. But what his missus was saying at the time is he doesn't have the money that these people that are his clients have. But he's around them people. And as he does more things and as he spends more money and as he looks like he can handle these clients, he has them then as clients that give him money that then help him to graduate up. But technically, because he doesn't have their money, he's faking it. You know what I'm saying? But he's still in the area with them. And that might have been that he was within middle class trying to graduate to upper class. But he don't have upper class money.
By the way,
but that's a good piece of advice.
By the way, the show was fake.
I'm just saying. But what he's portraying,
for the person he portrayed, I get that. But for me, it's just, I guess, the mindset. And you can choose, well, you can't just go and choose, but opportunities are there for you to put yourself in whichever class you want to be. 100%. So if you want to be working class, and there's nothing wrong with being working class. If someone is
and some people love that, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, if someone works a 9 to 5, they've got their evenings off, they've got their weekends off to go and watch their football, they're happy. So there's nothing wrong. There's no, I need to be middle class, I need to be working class, I need to be. It's up to you how hard you want to work and how comfortable you are with the life you're living.
Yeah.
But it's important, I think, and if anyone listening right now, if you do want a different lifestyle, you have to hang around with those people that you want to be like.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean you have to suck their ass or anything like that, like suck up to them. But if you're hanging around with people, like some of the people I grew up with, are just sitting in the ends, doing fuck all, just hanging around, causing trouble, you ain't going nowhere. And that's why I had to, like, unfortunately, when I started like getting into this the entrepreneurial route, I had to leave a lot of friends behind and start associating myself with people that are about it, like they're on it. Like, that's why we
it changes your mindset.
Yeah, exactly. And
you
you learn the habits that make those people successful.
100%.
And you start looking and you start understanding that money is a mindset. It's a mindset. There's no difference. I've interviewed billionaires and I realized there's not much difference between me and that person, but their mindset. It's not about, and if you can either do that or you can become a victim of your circumstance. Like, I grew up with single parent, 4 kids, council estate, fuck all money. And I could have been like a lot of people that I grew up with, been like, oh, blame the world, blame the system. Yeah, it's true, there's a lot of it, but bro, do something about it.
Yeah.
Do something about it. Either be a victim. You're either going to be a victim, or you're going to do something about it.
I mean, I'll play devil's advocate. You can go and do things about it, but the system does play a part, especially in the black community, in regards to stopping. I was watching something today, which I actually posted up, that it said in the US, 17. There is more 17-year-old black kids in the US in prison than there is who go to college. Yeah. That was a crazy stat for me.
Yeah.
And then someone put in it was their decision.
Yeah.
But then I said, okay, 100% is their decision, but you also must look at the things that's put in place that blocks them from excelling, because apparently these prisoners are making all the things cheap labor.
Yeah.
They're making
and also, for every prisoner in the prisons, 90% of the prisons in the US are privately owned.
Yeah.
So for every prisoner per month, it's like having a tenant. For every single prisoner that they have in the prison, they get X many thousands per prisoner per month.
So you need more. You need more. It came out the other day, this couple of years ago. There was actually a Texas judge who was working with some of these business to actually make sure he convicts and puts them in.
That's what I was going to touch on. People have been building this since the 80s, if not the 70s.
It's been around for
it's been around previous to that, but I'm saying this actual
US is one of the worst as well, all privately owned.
Since the 70s, 80s, it's been building and building and building.
Bro.
But at the same time,
day, look, it's 17-year-olds. Beforehand, when it was in the 60s and the 70s and everything like that, it was more grown adults. It was the males that was in family to break down the family home. Once they broke down the family home, it's got younger and younger and younger. Before, it was more people in their 20s. Now it's, as you're saying, 17-year-old.
At the same time, I would say now we know what the situation is. There is no excuse. So to what you're saying, everyone's got the same 24 hours. You know what the blockades are. So YouTube is free. Anything you want to do, you learn. If today I said, you know what, I want to learn to be a scientist. I ain't gonna have the qualifications per se, but there's someone that's gonna be teaching me a class on everything to do with science, and I'll be the best biologist ever. It's all on YouTube.
Videos of people building their house. So one guy built his house out of hemp.
Yeah.
There's never been a better time to be alive. Like, people don't realize, like, what we have anyone who, again, there are people out there that don't have access to the internet, but the vast majority of us have. If you have access to the internet, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. You can learn anything. This entire podcast set was built, and the editing and everything was built by How to Build Podcast Set. I'm not even joking. Anyone listening right now, I literally Googled how to build podcast set. What is the best mic? How does it work? Yeah, Bobby, this is what good audio sounds like, Bobby.
You know what? We've actually got some of these that came in the other day actually now as well in the other studio. So
yeah. But you're right. Like, my entire companies were built on Googling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't go to school, didn't go to college, university.
I tell people that all the time. Like, if today what it does, you also cut out the middleman. So for example, if you want a cameraman and you can't afford a cameraman, you learn how to film, learn how to edit yourself.
Video edit,
And what that does is that you've cut out having to spend to go and get someone, but also now you've got a new skill where someone can hire you.
100%.
So you 100%. Two ways about it. So
there's people. I got this guy in India on Fiverr.com. Guy does speak in English in India, lives in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I pay him £50, £100 now and again. to do like some certain edits to me that I can't do a bit more complex stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember speaking to him over the chat in the Fiverr, and he was like, he just taught himself how to edit on the internet. The guy's making thousands, and he's in India. That thousands is worth 10, 20,000 in his conversion. And he's just sitting somewhere on a computer editing in the middle of fucking nowhere in India, making dough.
Oh, the guy you sent me.
Yeah.
And finally, as you said that, I just realized I messaged him last week and he responded. I've not responded back yet.
Yeah. So
but there's thousands of people that is doing that. My cousin's husband, he taught himself how to make the apps and everything like that. He made
code.
And then after he made the app, then companies started to come to him. But then once he made the app, and then they had to come back to him for how do I then take it to the next level? How do I this? Now he has a job for life. You know what I'm saying? He has different jobs for life. Different people.
Go for skills that are in demand. Any of the skills that you just mentioned. Any of the STEM skills, science, technology, engineering, and maths. I just forgot what STEM stood for a second there. So any of those skills are so high in demand, and you can learn. Like if you want to learn how to code, if you're listening now, go and search for code.org. It's a free website funded by all of the big tech companies, and it teaches you how to code for free.
I was actually,
you play games. You play computer games, and you learn how to code at the same time without even realizing it. You know, I've got my Robin. I've already started her on the little Frozen game. She's playing Frozen and she's learning how to code. It's free. There's the opportunities are all there.
I actually learned to start coding in prison, and I don't know how to code anymore. But while I was there, I used to go there every single session in HMP register, and there was a coding program. And the teachers, I was building my website. But once you stop practicing,
that's so hard.
It all goes
It's
again.
another
So
language,
you have to
bro.
be consistent.
It's a madness. Let's talk about some other things. Not that people, not anyone will be interested in this, but for me, Tommy Fury pulls out of his fight with YouTube personality Jake Paul. After all that talk, he's sitting there next to Tyson Fury. People probably seen interviews of them going back and forth, cussing each other, and you dropped out, bro.
Why did he drop out?
I don't know.
It's not been put out, but
it's not been put out unless it has in the chat. If anyone knows, let us know because I ain't heard it. Yeah,
I'm done. Do you know how I found out originally? Guys, I'm gonna admit something here. I put a bet on for it, and then
how does that work? You get a refund?
Yeah, the money came back. The money was in my. I was thinking, why is this money back?
They just refunded it.
I mean, how much did you? For me, I would have noticed if I had a little bit of refund. So how much did it actually come back for you to go? Oh,
I would have noticed. That's what I'm saying.
No. It was so I only do boxing. I don't do anything. I don't bet on anything else. And recently, all the bets that I've done are all out for the next fights that are coming up. So I didn't have anything in the pot. So then it was only about like £7 or £8 that that came back because you can do different parts of the betting and stuff. I'm learning about that now anyway, and the ratios and stuff, which is another 12-point skill, but not. And then when I saw the £7, I'm thinking, what did I win? And when I looked through what I won, I saw that it said that the fight's already happened. So even if people have betted on Jake or betted on Tommy, your money comes back and it says that it's won. And I'm like, when did they fight? When did that happen?
And even touching on that, 'cause I know a lot of professional boxers are kind of against what they're doing within the industry. Like we practice for years and years, and then you guys are just coming and making a mockery of. But
they sell tickets.
Yeah, they sell
that's
tickets.
what it's about. Like you can't. The promoters are never going to say no when there's literally hundreds of millions of pounds just sitting there to be made. So just to read the headline, obviously the hugely anticipated fight between Jake Paul, Tommy Fury has been called off 12 days before it was due to take place in Florida. As of yet, there's been no confirmed reason, which is weird. Jake Paul is going to make a mockery of him.
I see him saying something already.
Oh, really? And then apparently Tyron Woodley, obviously, he lost his last fight against Jake Paul, which is embarrassing. Former, fucking UFC champion lost against him. Which
I just took the money.
And one of the biggest I'm saying to say,
he said it was the biggest paycheck he's ever received, and he was a UFC champion for multiple years as well. But it was embarrassing. So apparently he's going to replace him in the rematch. That'll be good. I hope so, because if Tyron Woodley just even throws and just lets it loose, he's going to knock him out.
So what happened in the last match? He didn't fight back at all?
He did, but he lost on points. There was
a lot of grabbing and a lot of moving around.
And right near the end, he basically tried. I was like, bro, why did you wait until the fucking last minute until finally wake up. And it's the same reason that UFC let Tyron Woodley go in the first place. He
the
just
thing that I've always said about this as well is that it's not really a fight though. It's an exhibition fight.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that I'm
saying.
saying.
Well, there was a no knockout clause.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
What the fuck is that?
No, but
they must have those
no
things.
knockout clause. What kind of bullshit is that?
With some of these things, like with retired boxers and with
is it their health reasons?
But it's also a thing of it's an exhibition fight. It's not actually a paid professional fight. You can have a professional license to do it. You can't just jump. Me and you can't just say, "Oh yeah, let's do it." You have to actually get the license and everything like that. But it's just an exhibition fight. They want you to do more rounds. It's normally for some kind of charity or anything like that. Okay. So and the other thing I was going to touch on as well is these guys have a massive platform that's making massive money. If you want to make money with pay-per-view with these guys, they've got a massive following.
We think about it, it's just the only reason the Paul brothers in the first place that he got to fight, his brother got to fight Floyd Mayweather. The only reason he got to fight him is because he's got 20 million subscribers on YouTube. And 20 million subscribers on Instagram.
They pay a pound
not because of the skill.
If they pay $1 each.
20 million, that's what I'm saying. 20 million. You're right, Ghost House. Tommy has got more to lose. So maybe that's why he dropped out. Do you know what I mean?
Because you're fighting, you're a professional boxer, and then it's a YouTuber beats you, you're done.
That's why, but I anyway, does anyone in the chat know why he dropped out? Because I haven't seen that yet.
I saw before this, when we just started, I saw a video of Jake Paul mocking him.
Oh, he's gonna have so much ammunition.
But he was also just talking about that the Tyron Woodley as they've called him already, and they might have number 2. So he's gonna start trying to promote that now. He's gonna start seeing where we can.
He doesn't lose the money either. Think about it. They've already booked out venues. They put a shit ton of money into their campaigns.
He said that Tommy, Tommy missed the biggest payday of his life.
Of course he did.
And I
believe every bit of that.
If Tyron Woodley knocks him out, he's gonna pay him an extra 500,000.
I hope, please let Tyron Woodley do this. I really want his redemption. I want it for him. Because he was embarrassed. The whole MMA community was behind him.
But then, what's his name?
Oh, it said he just said a health condition.
Yeah.
Or AS, thank you. In the chat said a health, but what I wanted to what health condition?
I thought it was gonna be COVID. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
No, on all seriousness though, if he has got a really bad health condition, I hope he's okay, because I'm sure after all that gas, his brother's his trainer, all that thing, I don't think he would drop out because he's shook.
Were they gonna actually do MMA? Or is it gonna be boxing?
No, it's a normal boxing match. Yeah. Again, he's a decent boxer. Do you know what I mean? He's good. He's not like Tyson
Tommy Fury.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Tommy Fury could have knocked him out. He's
obviously faced some bums so far. We've seen the
I mean, is Jake Paul pretty good as well?
He's okay.
The thing about it is
he can box. He's not terrible. Like you see the other YouTube fighters, they're like this. He can box. He got a good jab and that. Like he ain't shit, but he ain't gonna be. He was never, in my mind, he was never gonna beat him.
I don't think he was ever gonna beat Tommy Fury.
Nah.
And if he did beat Tommy Fury, as you said, Tommy Fury had
it would be
embarrassment.
Gone. Tyson, don't even change your name. Change your name. You can't call yourself Tyson.
Tommy Fury's dad already said. Tommy Fury's dad already said that if no, not even necessarily disown him. If he if he loses, he has to retire.
But I guess you retire with your money, right? Your biggest paycheck, and go and live your life after.
Well, listen, he's also got him and Molly May, his girl Molly May. She's massive influencer.
Yeah.
You know, she's got shit ton of followers. They're fine. They're minted already.
But at the same time, that's her. But at the same time, that's her money, isn't it? It's not his money,
but he's also got millions of followers in it. So they're fine, bro. They get paid millions of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds just to do a post on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
It's more the embarrassment.
He's
got a Fury name.
But as a younger fighter as well, he's also pushing into that influencer world because he went on Love Island.
Yeah, that's the only reason anyone knows about him. Yeah. And Molly May already had hundreds of thousands of followers before she went in to the thing.
Even before that,
I hate myself that I know that.
No, but I never ever thought I'll be on Big Ego Media talking about Molly May, but here we are. Here we are.
Oh, what have we done?
Diversifying, guys. We're diversifying.
I did think it was weird that Tyson Fury stopped training him recently. Something happened there.
Maybe he got injured in camp. Yeah, you saw the madness they were doing. Yeah, you see some of the things they were doing in there?
That's what they do.
They're crazy, bro. Boxing, some of their training, I'm like, surely that doesn't help.
They're gypsy family though as well.
Yeah, they're on a madness.
Like, so their thing comes from like the grit and the grind. Yeah, but I don't know if there's ever going to be a rematch or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to see someone knock out Jake Paul.
Yeah, the thing is, that's part of why people tune in. You tune in just hoping
someone knocks him out.
Someone knocks him because he's such a shit talker. But the problem is he keeps winning.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I love about it. It's like Conor McGregor, yeah? Everyone loves Conor McGregor until got beaten up.
I mean, he's getting beaten up left and right centre now, isn't he?
Yeah, he broke his leg the other day.
Yeah, the thing is, that fight, it was like, it weren't like he was getting completely battered, but obviously his leg, he was done, innit? Like, you know what I mean? That's a savage way to go as well. Like, that must be hot.
But I know it's all to do with business, but Dana White, he's getting shafted, man, because it's looking bad that a lot of these UFC guys that aren't fighting anymore are going over there and getting the biggest paycheck of their life.
Of course, and even recently,
all of them are going to start doing it.
They let go of Kevin Lee recently. He's a good fighter, man.
So how does UFC even work? So is it like WWE? You have to have a contract to be in a company.
So UFC is basically like typically the signing on deal is like $100,000, and then it's like 3 or 4 fights, and then you get $100,000. So they sign in, but the first sign you $100,000. So and then what you get, you normally get like I think, and I might be wrong, but like in the really early days, it's like 20K to turn up and 20K if you win. So you make 40K. Okay. But what they do is they want to get the bonuses. So the fight of the night, 50K, performance of the night, 50K, and then there's another one. I can't remember what it is now. There's like 3 bonuses. So that's what they want. So the younger ones are on it because they're like, I'm making shit money in my salary, but I can knock this guy out and get 50,000. Yeah. So they start off at that, and then as they get more popular, they renegotiate the contract and get bigger and bigger. But there's again only the cream of the crop at the top of UFC are making P, and everyone else is, and only the champions get pay-per-view points.
Yeah, but you see with the fight game in general, in boxing and in MMA and all these kind of stuff, the amount that they pay for their camp. Yeah, when they're getting that 40,000,
most of it goes
20,000, if not 30,000, can go to your camp easily. You've got coaches to pay, you've got venues to hire. They got to train every day for a certain amount of time. Sometimes they've got to rent out a whole place.
There's loads of UFC fighters that work a job.
Yeah.
Whilst they're there,
they work a normal job.
Anyways, let's jump into something stupid because I saw this thing today. I saw it. This is so random, but it made me laugh, so I wanted to talk about it. So a woman was reported to an airport security guard after breastfeeding her cat during the flight. And there's the picture of the cat is the best part. I wish I could show it on the screen right now. It's like a little Siamese cat. So imagine you're on a plane and you look left of you and there's this woman with a Siamese, don't like Egyptian looking Siamese cats, and she's breastfeeding the cat on the plane.
Are cats even allowed on planes? I thought they have to go into like their own little cages and...
I don't, bro.
I was going to say that. I thought you have to quarantine them and all them kind of things.
No, she was on a Delta airline flight from New York to Atlanta.
Maybe it's all in the same country, but I always thought that when animals went on planes, they put them in like the storage place.
No, you can have that. You know, if you pay for a seat, you can have it next to her in a carrier.
Okay.
So she loves that cat. She definitely loves the cat. She's breastfeeding it.
She breastfeeds the cat. Breastfeed like, hey, kitty.
Imagine that the flight attendant got a message from a passenger saying this woman next to me is breastfeeding. Just you can't even make that up.
People complain about breastfeeding anyway, which I think is wrong. But breastfeeding a cat, you're taking.
And it's one of those hairless, Siamese, odd-looking cats.
Is she? Was she pregnant, the woman? Because
that's what I'm thinking. But the women can produce, lactate without being pregnant.
If their nipples being stimulated, it can. But your body thinks that you need to breastfeed and it can produce.
It starts with the colostrum.
So she must have been doing that for time then. That's a madness.
I mean, how would you even know that you was, that's a madness. I mean, how did that even start?
But
wait, Delta Airlines statement is so ridiculous. Delta Airlines statement says, Delta Airlines fully supports a woman's right to breastfeed
100%
on board Delta Airlines connection aircrafts in Delta facilities. Breast pumps are allowed on board at the airport, and if you prefer, many airports offer private locations. If you need assistance locating one at the airport, like come back to us.
I'm waiting for the however.
But like, what? But then no, there's no however. That's all they put. They didn't even address it. They just basically put their generic copy and paste.
It's because she was breastfeeding a cat.
But no mention of the policy applies to feeding cats. I think that's obvious. You don't even need to put a statement out. People know that's just crazy. Anyways, so that was one stupid one. The other stupid one, this is a couple of stupid stories. And Shane sent this to me as my co-founder, and it just made me laugh. The lengths that people go to. A guy turned up to get his COVID jab
with a fake
in Italy with a fake arm.
Gangster.
It was like a rubber sleeve that goes over his normal arm. And the nurse was like, "Oh, your arm's a bit rubbery." Like, what levels?
I mean,
just to get his card, so he said he was vaccinated.
I mean, so Did she report him? I mean,
yeah, she reported him.
And then he's getting done for fraud. From what?
Getting done for fraud. But how mad is that? Because you needed his cards because you can't go on holiday, I can't do whatever. Kai went, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna buy a rubber arm, and they even said from Amazon, a rubber arm, silicone arm that went over his arm, and thought he could get away with that. He fought. How?
He nearly did. He left. He did. Well, he wasn't still there when she reported him.
But she must have said, "Okay, I'm being an idiot right now. I'm just gonna pretend and do it, and then report him afterwards."
But if someone's gonna try that,
she's probably thinking this guy's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. If someone's gonna try that, she's thinking to herself. But if right now I say that I know that he's not doing it, I'm gonna have to wait for him to go.
Was capable? Yeah, you could be capable of anything.
But you know what? There's been so much restrictions in the world in these different countries for people that are not that are vaccine free. And I just think people are going to try their different ways. It's
RTP. It's definitely the Austin Powers Dr. Evil cat. Exactly that cat. An ugly, skinny, little Egyptian-looking.
Yeah, the one with no fur.
Yeah, it makes it even worse. It's like a naked fur, no fur cat, and just sitting there.
Yeah, that's
Can you imagine?
But even I know if the breast is stimulated and the hormones are going, but she must really take that cat on as her baby. Like, really?
Well, she paid for a seat. So rather than putting it in the luggage bit where like the other animals can be, she was like, I want it. It's got its own seat.
No, but I understand.
No, I always like see people like have a meltdown or like really upset over their pets. And if looking from outside the point of view, because I've never had pets, I always think like, why did they love their pets so much? But I guess you grow a bond with it if you had a dog for a while, you had a cat for a little while. She took it to another level.
But also, I understand why she might have got a seat, especially if she loves the cat this much. Because sometimes when them when them animals are flying and they're in that part that we talked about, I don't know where it is on the plane, but they're under a lot of stress. They can die. They can die in between. Even a small flight.
No, they normally give them like some sort of like
sedative, or something
not sedative, like an anxiety kind of thing.
Yeah.
To reduce the stress.
Yeah, but I know the bigger dogs. They sometimes.
Ghost House said it's a fetish thing. Do you know what?
It could be.
It sounds bro. Like it probably.
It might be.
By the way, I'm just assuming Ghost House is a bro. Sorry.
She might be getting some serious dough to keep that going, and she's thinking, yeah, if I get there and the milk ain't there when I get there, I ain't gonna get my money,
bro.
If we go deep on that fetish thing, people are getting paid crazy money to do mad things.
But money isn't everything.
That pup thing, the dogs. People, have you seen them? You know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
People have these like face mask things. If people put in a comment if you ever heard about it.
Oh my god, I have seen these face mask things. Documentary.
Yeah, and it's about having some people are owners and some people are actually the dogs.
Oh my days.
And the dogs have owners and they walk around.
So you pretend to be a dog, like
and they say that it's on some kind of sexual level of having ownership over people. Crazy, but bro. The thing that I'd never understood is if I know people do the mask and the bondage and all the other bits and pieces, bits and bobs, but it's one of them ones where like they actually play around. The dogs, the ones that are acting to be the dogs, actually play around as dogs together. Yeah, and they throw and they throw the thing, catch and all that kind of stuff. Like that's
is it those people want to be humiliated? Maybe is it?
No, it's just they love it. It's like a play.
No, I'm saying that as part of it, it's part play, cool. But is it that you want to feel less of a person or something? I don't know.
The guy, I remember seeing on Channel 4 love those documentaries, innit? It's a typical Channel 4 type thing. The guy was like, I identify as a dog.
Yeah, that's mad.
We were talking about identifying certain things before the show.
That guy was trying to identify as vaccinated.
Serious.
What kind of dog? Did he say what it was? Is it Rottweiler, Chihuahua?
I don't know, but
I didn't watch that much of it, bro.
that pup play thing is a whole another level of stuff. But
oh shit!
They connect it to like as I said, they connect it to sexual stuff. I don't know, but fetishes out there.
Allow it. Let's not talk about this anymore.
Crazy. But yeah, I reckon she's getting peas to feed that cat.
All right, we got to get into some of those top 3 things we was talking about the other day. I feel this is the perfect time. All right, this is like for everyone listening right now. For this is a very serious conversation, right?
100%.
And don't put no stupidness in the chat. We want serious answers. What are we going to start with? You start. What do you want to start with? Top 3 what? Basically, we was having a debate with the man the other day, and you got to be heated, innit?
Yeah.
Top 3 chocolate bars.
Twix has to be up there.
Twix so dead.
My guy. Shadow.
Twix is dead.
Twix has to be there.
So dead.
I'm happy with that.
Go on, carry on. That's dead.
Well, my 3, Twix, Kit Kat, and then it's a toss up. It's a toss up between.
I'm so disappointed in you, bro.
Toffee Crisp, Drifter,
Allow your drifter. Yeah, drifter's hard. They don't even sell them anymore.
I don't think they do.
They don't even sell them because I love the drifter. I banged drifters back in the day.
Those are those. It's between those three. But
so you're a
Twix
Mars,
and Kit Kat needs to be
So
there.
you're a Mars chocolate guy because they're made by Mars, isn't it? Twix is a Mars.
Okay.
Think what's
These
that what you
levels
said?
of stuff
I've
that
learned
you know.
something new
What's that what
today.
you said?
Statistics that you
I
know.
said Twix and Kit Kat.
Yeah,
the
they're
first
both.
one.
Oh no, Kit Kat's Nestle.
Nestle, yeah.
And then yeah.
I said Toffee Crisp.
Toffee Crisp. I don't know who makes
Snickers,
that
Thing about it is that
or Drifter.
I definitely rate it. I rate your choices.
Where you guys going?
one. I'm just disappointed that you said Twix instead.
Twix, especially Twix Extra.
So I'm weird though, innit? Mine's a bit weird as well. So this caramel, dairy milk caramel. That's a dairy milk with a caramel inside.
The purple.
No, the yellow one.
Yellow and purple.
Dairy milk caramel, yeah. This one's always everyone always hates on this one. I love a fucking double decker.
Yeah, I don't know about
Allow me on my double decker, man.
Don't know about that one.
And by the way, everything I'm saying has to be duo, big size. None of the small ones. Can't be doing the small ones. And then my last one's a 12. 12's banging.
Yeah, nah.
None
of those chocolates.
We're the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Go on wild.
I'm thinking now because you said is it Drifter? That brings me back. No, I'm changing my ones up.
I want a drifter.
Yeah. I'm changing my ones up. I'm going with Galaxy Caramel, 100%. That would be one that I go for.
Galaxy Caramel is hard.
Yeah.
Any chocolate and caramel is sick.
No, I'm gonna backtrack on myself. I'm gonna go back on Kit Kat. Kit Kat definitely is one.
But the chunky or the original Four Fingers?
Four fingers, man.
Yeah, I'm a Four Fingers. If I have a Kit Kat,
yeah,
chunky one don't taste the same.
I feel like chunky is my go-to, to be honest with you. And then it is Twix, but I can do the white Twix as well.
White Twix.
Yeah.
Which brings me to what sort of chocolate? Because
this guy said, Ghost has said Yorkie, bro. Get out of the chat.
I know, no Yorkie.
Ghost has, get out of the chat.
Biscuit and raisin.
That's on wife beater chocolate, bro.
Nah. Yorkie and a pint of Stella.
Yeah. And some McCoys.
Yeah.
Allow it, bro.
Milky Bar. If we're going white chocolate.
Milky Bar.
Milky Bar Kid.
Yeah, Milky Bar.
Buttons would be for me.
They had the best adverts, the Milky Bar Kid.
Yeah.
That was the best advert. I don't think there's any other.
Then they got Under Pressure and they changed the kid to a black kid, didn't it? Yeah. They were like, they're under pressure. They're like, we'd change it up.
Yeah, they did. They changed it to black. There was like, I saw two adverts.
What was the whole Black Lives Matter movement?
Nah, before that, way before that.
They were good. They didn't just jump on the bandwagon. They were like, we've used white people quite a lot. Let's use a black kid. They're like, it was basically the whitest of kids as well. It was blonde hair, young kid, blonde hair, blue eyes. It couldn't be any more white of a kid to put in there as well.
Who remembers Dime Bar?
The Ghost has my mum used to eat Dime Bar. I hate them.
I love Dime Bars.
I can't remember them tasting nice. I can't remember.
Do you know what's weird? One of the only places that really still like, whenever you've been to IKEA, they have Dime Bars everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's noticed that. They have like these multi-packs of Dime Bars and stuff in IKEA. They promote it.
One time I was going to go to the IKEA in 2002 was when it was round about the weekend or the 4 days of when it first opened. And there was no parking. There was no way to get in.
Top 3 biscuits.
Number 1, without a shadow of doubt.
You were so serious about this already. Look.
Yeah, no. Cause I've lost a little bit of weight now because I've not had them for a little while. But number 1, I don't even think I need any other biscuits after this one, but chocolate digestives.
Or just keep it simple.
Yeah, that's it. I don't need there's no top 2, top 3.
And you bang the whole pack in it.
Bang the whole pack with a bit of milk.
Go else?
I'll literally buy 3.
Eat any other ones.
That's it. Nothing else.
He's like, no, about top 3. Chocolate digestive biscuits.
From this conversation the other day,
I'm not changing my ones from the other day.
No, I'm retracting.
You can't retract.
I'm retracting all mine.
I'm putting the episode out.
Do you know why? Yeah, you can. You can do that.
Basically, we was
live.
with the man the other day. Warren had biscuits with him.
Yeah, and nearly killed Chris basically.
Because I'm tonight.
That's why he took the table away from him.
Exactly, but they were so dead, bro. Yeah. There was some nasty.
I'm not gonna lie. They need to be in the fridge. I'm not gonna lie. I took them home. I put them in the fridge. They were hard. But
Kinder Bueno, yeah. I can't have it because I'm allergic to hazelnuts. But I've heard on the streets.
That's actually pretty decent.
I heard on the streets that it's pretty good.
What I was gonna go back to, my biscuit. Can't believe I forgot about it. My mum had them in the cupboard on Sunday when I went to pick up the kids. Jammy Dodgems.
Are they a bit dry though?
No, I'm
alright. Dry now. Bro, you gotta have a pint of water.
I can box them.
Do you know what?
Finish your 3 though.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, you want me to pick 3?
Yeah, good for people.
All right. trying to go in. You know, I'm changing it up. So jammy dodgems.
Dodgems.
Dodgem.
Jammy dodgems. You ain't riding the car.
Yeah, the dodgems.
Jammy dodgems.
Hobnobs, chocolate.
Kinder used to be for the rich kids, bro. It was expensive, bro. It's true. You're right. It was 100%.
I say chocolate hobnobs, and then the is it the Foxes? I still don't know the name of them.
I know what you're on about. The Foxes just chocolate
nuts.
ones. The chocolate.
Oh, ginger nuts hard, but no.
Standard chocolate. What ones? Do you want
no, I'm never gonna say Foxes. I'm gonna go to custard creams.
I know I said number one only.
Yeah, you can't go.
But then I thought about it. No. Digestive is still number one. But then I thought about it because when I used to spend a lot of time in my cell, and every now and then custard creams would do me nice, you know, and bourbons.
The single pack in it like that.
Yeah, custard creams and bourbons.
Bruv, you know what's crazy? Yeah, I'll tell you mine. So, what is it? Deliciously add a double chocolate caramel cups. Ooh, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds nice. So mine are, I'm like my childhood self sometimes. Packet of party rings, bruv.
Yeah, I
smash a packet of party rings. I know. I'm sorry. I know. Then the secondly is the M&S triple chocolate chip cookies. Oh, and they come in like the tray.
Chocolate chip cookies in any type of like fashion.
Banging. The other ones are on the shelf. A packet is sitting on my desk right now, and it's a packet of bourbons. And I'd bought them today at lunchtime, and I was like, "Oh, bourbon with some tea."
Yeah.
By the way,
I think any biscuits really, if you have a bit of a little juice or a bit of milk, it can run.
You can't have biscuits and juice.
When I have the chocolate digestives, it has to be a cup of tea.
Yeah,
I have to have a cup of tea.
I don't drink tea.
I told you this, I'm not dipping party rings in tea. Just to clarify for everyone, before someone goes at me, I'm not dipping party rings in my tea. That's weird.
Bro, my cousin used to he does a toast in tea. He does the McDonald's fries and McFlurry. And there was another one that he did that's a bit mad for me.
McFlurry what?
The actual McFlurry ice cream and chips.
And what?
Yeah.
How did you get to there?
I don't know.
I don't even understand.
I don't know. But do you know what it is? You'll eat a McDonald's meal. And you have a McFlurry straight after, so you can't really say that.
No, but mixed down. I
understand what you're saying.
Dip it
in. But it's all around the same. It could just be that you just had a chip and then you eat some ice cream.
Top fizzy drink or just drink?
I hate to say it, but Coke.
You're just basic. Keep it simple.
Coke, and then.
But please don't tell me you're some Coke Zero guy.
No, I don't. But the thing, I've stopped drinking fizzy drink for a little while now. I haven't drunk fizzy drink for a good while now.
But you had full fat Coke though, innit? When you had it,
yeah,
allow all those people that drink Coke Zero.
Rubicon, not now, but the Rubicon original mango juice.
Mad
cheese.
Rubicon. You didn't have Rubicon?
No, I like the other flavor Rubicon.
Lychee,
guava. Lychee, both of those.
But they cut the sugar and everything now.
Fruit. But the thing is, I can't drink Rubicon unless it's in a can.
Nah, that's
I love
fizzy.
it in a can.
I like it still.
No, I like
mango
it
juice. Yeah, that's me. Followed by blackcurrant Ribena.
Oh, bro, it's a smash Ribena when I was younger. It's too much
he
now.
went straight away from fizzy drink as well.
I know. He went in. It's fine. There's no worries.
But if I'm gonna go for juices as well, if we're gonna switch this up,
hey, someone dropped a big bomb in here. Ferrero Rocher, bro. You gotta have peas. You're upper class.
£10 a box.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you're in the upper class, but we were talking about earlier.
Listen, I only got Ferrero Rocher after Christmas when it was on sale. And even then, I couldn't even eat it because they got nuts in it.
Have you ever tried the? It's not for.
Oh,
is it
shut up,
Raffaello's?
Yeah.
The white one.
The white one with
coconut. Lindor.
Yeah,
the balls. Oh my days.
That comes around Christmas time.
They've got
right now.
Also, they got flavors.
Toblerone.
Do you know what? I was on Toblerone one time.
I had a pencil. I had a Toblerone pencil case.
Yeah,
back in school. I remember that.
I remember that pencil case like that. What was your main pencil case when you had was in school?
I was the person everyone hated.
Why?
Literally just bought everyone's pen. Let me get a pen. Let me get a pencil. I didn't have no. I remember first year 7, I had my pencil case, Toblerone one. After that, I literally went to school just whatever B would be. Someone's gonna give me a pen. So I was that guy who borrowing everyone's pens and pencils all the time.
I remember.
I used to always be able to go and try to do some chatting shit with my
teachers.
You're
the kind of guy that was slapping people on the back of the neck with the ruler, innit?
Yeah, 100%. But
you also, 100%.
I'd go to different teachers' classes, and then you see when they had the box of biros.
Yeah.
I'd literally just pour that into my bag. Literally, bruv. I pour that. Like when people would be like, "Hey, bruv, you got a pen?" Yeah, I have bare them.
Yeah, I had a Rolo pencil case. So it was like shaped like
Never
a
had a pencil
Rolo.
case, really.
And then the other pencil case I had, which was my favorite, was a leather, which I don't know how I got this. South Park. Shane, you had the same one, innit? South Park. That's my co-founder, by the way, is in the background. A South Park pencil case, bro. And it was when South Park was popping.
You just said chocolate bar Rolo, right?
Rolo.
I went cinema on Friday, and also I bought popcorn. I thought, oh, Rolos. I've not seen this for years. I remember. Can you share your last? Rolo? That advert used to be. I've actually got the Rolo, put it in my back pocket, watching the film, enjoying myself, put my phone in my pocket, took my phone out, and it had all brown stuff around it.
Mad.
I was like, what? I didn't shit myself to that. But obviously the whole packet melted in the back of my... But yeah, Rolo.
But cinema treats, though.
By the way, can I just say something?
Revels is the
Man
one.
had to get a loan out for those chocolate bars at the cinema. It's like $4.50 for a packet of Rolos. You go, your ticket's like whatever it is now, which is still extortionate. And then you spend £15 on fucking popcorn and drink.
But do you know what I used to do? Galaxy counters and popcorn, mix them together. At me later. You lot will try it. Don't worry.
Bro, you're just mad. But I've got a story about Warren, right? So Warren, when we was younger, maybe even now actually, he has an unlimited card.
Oh no, I got rid of it, but yeah.
He had an unlimited card to cinema.
Yeah.
So a couple of Warren, Omar, a couple of boys did. The amount of times I go cinema, he's just in there asleep. Yeah. So he would go cinema to have a sleep.
Yeah. Was it somewhere to go? Did you get kicked out?
Oh no, just him and Omar. It was just no point getting cinema with them. You go there, they'll both fall asleep, and then you would go there just on your ones, and just because it's dark, and just have a nice sleep.
To be fair, I used to think people are weird who go cinema alone.
He goes cinema alone. I thought that was weird as well.
But I reckon
in the chat, do you go cinema on your own in the chat? Let us know.
I would go cinema on my own if there's something I want to watch that.
So let me tell you, let me give you my defense. Yeah. We had an unlimited
and they snore as well. It's even worse.
Yeah, doesn't mean you have to go all the time.
We had but this is let me give you my defense. We had an unlimited card, yeah. And when we first had the unlimited card, it was just about anytime we went cinema with our friends, we'd go there, we'd buy the snacks, we'd pay for entry depending on what we're going to see or what time we're going.
Take girls, obviously.
Yeah, take girls. All these other bits and pieces. It's a thing where.
That bits and pieces was definitely not warranted. It was unnecessary.
He was coming. No, he was coming. He knew it was coming. That's what I'm saying.
But once we started paying with the paying the unlimited, you're paying like, what was it, 20 or £24 a month?
Back then.
But even when you're paying that much, yeah, that's how much it costs just to go one time. We're paying that monthly, so we're getting the entry for free, and then all we're paying for is just the well, if we didn't bring food from outside, we're just paying for the treats and the stuff that you eat when you're there. So I used to live within the area, number one. It was in West India Quay, and I used to go to Reebok Gym, which was at Canary Wharf. Yeah. It would be long for me if I was going somewhere like Stratford. So imagine I did something, or I finished gym or whatever I was doing, or wherever I was around. Sometimes it would be long for me to go from that Canary Wharf area to where I'm going, not too early, or if I had like an hour to spare, I'd go to the cinema. At first it started off, I'd go to the cinema because I would be, say potentially there was another day that I was late for the cinema. I'd go to watch the first part of the film that I might have missed.
Okay.
And then after that, I've already watched the rest. I'm a person that can sleep at any time. It's sitting right here.
He's mad, bro.
I can sleep.
Literally,
I could put myself to sleep.
It's crazy, Dwan, how you do that.
It got to a point where after I watched that part and then I started watching the same film, I fall asleep. So then it got to a point where I was just like, man, I'll just catch a snooze.
But he snores.
Imagine
you're in a cinema and he just snores bare loud. And I'm sitting next to him sometimes. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
People just staring at me. I'm like,
and I get comfortable as well.
I've only fallen asleep in the cinema once, and I think I was watching Iron Man 2. It might be Iron Man 2. I was just shattered. I was tired, but when I go cinema,
even this, how can you got surround sound? How are you sleeping?
But even this, bro, I can sleep anywhere. But even this going to cinema by myself, that went away real quick. I think even there was one time I just went there, just literally was just walking out, and I tried it. I was thinking, is this weird? Like, I'm just going to cinema by myself.
I'll go by myself now.
No, but I went in there, especially when I was younger. I went in there, and the screen, no one was in there. I think to myself, all right, cool. Someone's gonna walk in a bit. I went in there. It was literally at the start of the film. I'd gone past the trailers. The start of the film. Had all my snacks and stuff. Some stuff that I bought from outside as well. My little KFC or whatever. Chilling there.
That's another thing. We always used to sneak in other snacks and food, and then always check your bag. So you'd be like, "Oh, bro, you distracted. You distract the security guard. So you can I'll carry everyone's snacks, and we'll get past because they will search your bag. And we're young. We got money to be buying their snacks.
I get in. I set myself up. I sit down. I chill out, and literally, there's been a couple times I had the whole screen to myself. It's bad, especially if I could go to like the O2 now and do that.
I mean, as a teenager, I'd be a little bit scared in the cinema. I look around, the door just closed. You hear someone's voice.
Yeah,
hello.
You did the same thing in the gym, though, didn't you?
What?
I just catch you. What you up to? I'll be in the Reebok gym in Canary Wharf. I see Warren. He just popped in for a shower.
So what's going on here? Wait, you popped in for a shower? Was you homeless?
No, but I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. It's like there's times where I've seen him, and if Omar's listened to it, same thing. I'm like, oh, I'll just come for a shower.
No. So I'm not
exaggerating though.
So one of the mutual guys that we know, Omar, So I had one level of the package. He had
they make the most of what they sign up to. Is what I'm trying to say.
He had even a better level of the package. You could go there. He could leave
fruit.
Yeah, he could put
fruit on demand.
No, but in the private area which he was in at one point, you could put like a little thing, a little slip on your locker. So you had your own locker, you put your slip on the locker and you tick what you want them to wash. They can dry clean your clothes. Wow. They had a massage chair there. They had
how much is a gym a month? This is
150.
This gym was a lot of money to do with when we was first going there.
140.
So anyway,
it went up and up and up.
Yeah, it went up and up and up. It got to a point where it was like 170. Yeah. At first, when we went there, we weren't paying that. No. Downstairs was like a John Lewis Waitrose that we had loads of friends.
By the way, the gym is like they got a restaurant in there.
Yeah, because it's a Canary Wharf, so there's a lot of the workers.
It's the sickest gym, bro.
No, but even to do with Canary Wharf, this Reebok gym was a top gym. They have about 5 of them or 10 of them around the world, Brazil, a few other places. Okay. Reebok gym was a top gym.
Now it's third space.
But it even had a climbing wall there. They had like 3 levels, carpeted floor.
You could spend a whole day there,
like
by the way.
Robes, all other bits and pieces. But it's one of them ones where he said it. I'm going to use it now.
He loves it.
But it was one of them ones where we never had that before. We used to go to all the GLL
gyms.
Yeah, that's what we grew up on.
And we started making money in it. We started moving up in the world. Yeah, and it was like, at the beginning, we had to convince each other.
I don't care how much money I'm making, I'll still go to... I don't even go to gym, to be fair. So,
the thing is, but listen, bro, people spend it on a night out.
So let me land. That's our fun. No, but that's what I'm saying. Chris might have started getting money and started coming on the what's it called, the actual real prices. Me and the other guy, Omar, we originally knew people from the working at the Waitrose.
Oh, so they'd be like, "Yo, we can slide."
It was like a 60% what's it called, discount for like the first year or something. So then I remember, I'm not going to talk for him. He was doing something different, and then he started doing his own thing. But I
was about to say, don't say that.
I'm not. It dies with me. It dies with me. Just know that it dies with me, innit?
Just keep moving, innit? I want to tell stories, but I don't know if I can tell stories.
No, you can't. It's not your business.
I can't. All right.
I started on one plan with someone and someone that worked there, and they were helping me to do the plan. It was still my name and stuff, but they helped me to do the plan. After the year, I moved over to someone else, and as I moved over to someone else, I went up in the plan, but I still had a discounted price. And then I never went to the top level of the plan. I was happy with the plan that I was with, because Omar had the higher plan, so I could use his code for the door, or I could use his locker if I needed to put some trainers in the bottom and anything like that. What's it called? Infrared for the swimming pool, sauna and steam room,
so sick,
showers, everything like that. So sometimes it was a
spend a whole day. You could go. We used to go gym.
Wait, so I don't know. You wake up in the morning, think, this shower at home ain't gonna work. I'm gonna go to the gym.
No, because he lives near there as well. So basically,
I live within 5 to 10 minutes away from there.
So he's still at home. You wake up.
But
when I woke up, sometimes, especially when I was like, I got big at that place, and also I was doing boxing at one point as well. I'd go for a run to the gym, and then once I go for a run to the gym, I have a shower and do whatever I'm doing. Then I go to work. Then I come back to the gym. Then I make my detour to the cinema to have my lunch. And then I come back to whatever I'm doing. And then literally that place didn't close till like 10:30. I might have tried to fly back and just have a quick workout before I go home. So literally my day, I didn't have to go home to do anything. I could do everything within the gym, within the cinema, within eating around the area. And if everyone's been, it's upgraded even more now. But the Canary Wharf area is a cool area to chill in. And then all what we was talking about, hanging around with the right type of people. That's how I started to learn. Okay, so this person, he works next door.
We made some sick connections.
There was some mad connections that I'm making with people around the world. There was
rich people in there.
So networking, makes sense.
There was one guy that I met there, I won't say no names because he does his own thing and everything like that. He was so like, his critique of what he did in his business, I think I'm just going to ad lib, but I think, let's say he was from Malaysia. They brought him over and he still worked at the Malaysian Times. So it was something to do with, I remember he had a meeting and I remember him finishing at like 9:30 or 10. We did some basketball and then we did a quick workout. I was going to go sauna and swim.
Warren's terrible at basketball.
No. I'm not that great at basketball. I did a bit of the street ball.
It's terrible.
I was better at boxing and rugby, so I was always too rough. I was always way too rough. But yeah, he was getting dressed into his suit and that. And I was like, yo, bro, why are you getting dressed in it? Oh no, I'm going to work.
Different time zones.
So he works within the time zone that they brought him over from. So sometimes he was in the office by himself. And I was like, when I spoke to him the next time, I was like, how did you do that? He's like, they paid this much for me. Me and my family moved over here. Like he had a whole mad deal. And that was one of the first times I ever heard that someone sparked a deal for a contract that they could not break. They wanted him. So everything he said, okay, cool. Maybe we have to do that. Can we do this instead of that?
The power of negotiation, really. Yeah.
And from that, I thought to myself, well, then when I want things, I need to get to the level that I can negotiate things. And that's
again,
what I did in the dance world.
When you know your value, and you have a particular skill set. I remember I met a guy in there from Bloomberg.
Yeah.
And he basically offered
You're willing to say no as well.
Yeah, he offered me 150 grand to move to manage the Middle East sales accounts for Bloomberg. But it meant and it was a lot of money, 150 grand plus bonuses, probably 200 grand plus, But I had to be on a plane 2-3 times a week.
Yeah,
and I was like, nah, bro. I don't want to live that airport life.
Yeah.
Going around those things. But some of those guys were like that, bro. They were making so much money in there. And also like, I don't know how much to get into it, but as single men, it was
amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
That's why I'm conscious of stories.
It was absolutely amazing.
Geez, as I said, personal trainer women, the women in there
will die with me. Will die with me,
bro. You didn't mind paying that much money a month, bro. The caliber of women, in there was some
and the class system in there. And some of the PTs that was working with celebrities, and then they came down.
There was best celebrities in there.
Yeah.
All the time.
So many people walking through.
All like professional football players.
Yeah.
All the time.
I saw Graham Norton in there one time. Crazy. So crazy. Yeah, no, because it was random to see him going to the gym. Not saying that he doesn't, but I was just like,
who was that sitting there? There's a Tottenham player that I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about football. And I spotted him on the bench. And
the Marriott was round the corner, so sometimes people didn't go to the Marriott gym because it was so bait to be in the hotel. They come to this gym, and if you go there at certain times of the day, no one's there. So
and if anyone knows Ulysses, who's a very famous fitness model, influencer, whatever, he was.
And is it Simeon
Panda?
Napa.
They all used to.
Simeon Panda's
they all used to train
even Napa's like a big bodyguard in the US now.
They all trained there.
They all was at Reebok at one point.
In the early days before they were like massively famous.
That's what, as you guys spoke earlier about networking, that's probably how they actually would have built their network. Going over there training and someone said, okay, be my bodyguard or come and do this over here. Yeah, they really
Julius was actually one of the head coaches. Is it Ulysses?
He was the manager of the whole gym.
Yeah, he was one of the head coach, manager.
Head fitness, he was getting paid though anyway, put it that way, to be there. Anyways, those are the it was ones like it was a lot of money, but in that young time, it was really cool, man. Again, people spend £150 on a night out on drinks. So to say in one night, on one weekend, so for us to put that into our health and fitness, and we were dancers at the time, so we like to stay in shape. It was, and you're in an environment where you can live there.
You guys still going gym?
Not as much anymore. I've got my gym's next door to this building, and tomorrow morning I've got my first personal training session.
I asked about it in there the other day. Actually, I went past. I was like, should I go there? She's like,
what's the name?
Even be consistent. Is it 7?
What?
What's the name?
I don't want to shout out to everyone where we are.
Oh, true say.
Yeah, exactly. Not that I don't like anyone, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't mean people turn up into the gym. Not that they would do that, but so personal trainer starting tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. Again, I went for.
What times are you going though? Morning.
Yeah, 8 a.m.
My work, I do martial arts for workout and jump on my bike more time.
Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I did jiu-jitsu a little bit, but honestly, Warren loves it more than me.
Kodokan UK, if I can shout them out, they're not that close.
Shout them out.
Yeah. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu,
I try to do that 2 to 3 times a week if I can. And we have sessions about 5 times a week. So I do that. But I'm more like...
Warren's so heavy, when you do jiu-jitsu with him, he just lays on you. Chokes you out.
Look, I'm good at what I do. And Chris only went 3 times.
No, bullshit. I've been more than 3.
With jiu-jitsu, what's the actual art of it? Is it like grappling and kicking as well? Or cause you got...
So there's no striking. It's more grappling.
It's
grappling, it's chokes, it's submissions. It's also knowing about takedowns. It's knowing about the different parts of the body and the different parts of what you're using.
Body mechanics as well.
Yeah, body mechanics. I know it was
so if I know your body, if I'm looking at your body, I know your elbow can only bend this way, right?
Yeah.
So if I bend it that way, you can break your arm where you submit. I know that your shoulder can only go this far. I know your knee can only bend that way. So every single one of your joints for me is an attack point.
Yeah.
So like even
if I can put a block in, so if I can hold you in a certain way and put a block there that you're not going to be able to move your arm in a certain way, then when I keep going that way, it's only inevitable that it's gonna pop out or something.
It's like much more like, again, because if you get into a fight night now, say that you get into a street fight, you can be the biggest person in the world, and like there's people in the gym that weigh half of what Warren weighs, you can fuck him up
100%,
and we get fucked up, and it's unbelievable, bro, the way they manipulate your body. And again, there's girls in the class that will fuck you up in jiu-jitsu because they know how to manipulate your body, the angles, the ligaments, everything. And so they'll just take you down. You get in a street fight, bro, doesn't matter how hench you are or how hard you punch because you're on your back.
Yeah.
And you're going to get fucked up.
And sometimes your weight, the way you distribute your weight.
They use that against you.
Like when Warren uses his weight against me, it's suffocating.
Yeah.
Like I've tapped to Warren because he's literally just crushed my face into the floor with his chest and his entire body to the point where I'm exhausted. And that's the thing, if you don't have the fitness, like if I fight a normal, like say if I had a fight now with a guy who was like any like guy on road, whatever, I'll more likely win just because of my fitness. They'll get tired.
Yeah.
And so I can grapple with them, and grappling is a whole nother level of cardio.
Yeah. I remember the coursing.
Give it literally a couple of minutes. The biggest guy, the bigger you are, the quicker you're gonna gas out. I remember I was in London Bridge and I was grappling with this bodybuilder, this black guy. He was fucking massive. Shane, if you remember that. And he was really aggressive. He was being a dick, and my legs were bleeding because he was fucking kicking my legs like hard. Even though it was meant to be a sparring, my legs were bleeding, shins.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. Let's keep
wait
going,
out.
bro.
Yeah.
And I couldn't outstrength him. He was massive. And I was like, all right, bro, let's keep going. 10 minutes in, he's starting to get tired. And he couldn't submit me because I was just perfect. And then I was like, all right, keep going. And then he got tired, and then I fucked him up. I choked him out. He tapped out, and he was bare pissed off at us. I was like,
15 minutes.
That's what you get. No, it wasn't 15 minutes. It was like 7 minutes.
But in the grand scheme of things, street fights don't last more than 30 seconds.
Yeah, but he couldn't hurt me.
Yeah.
So he couldn't even hurt me because I literally had him exactly where I wanted him, and he kept squirming. And I was like, it's a matter of time, bro. It's like a snake slowly crushing you to death. It's just a matter of time, basically. You're gone. That's what I love about jiu-jitsu. Like, you could be as I said, half of that person's weight, but you can manipulate them in such an incredible way that you can destroy them.
But I've even learned things differently there that I didn't learn in boxing, and things that I've learned in boxing that now that I've implemented there. But that tiredness thing, that works in many different art forms to do with martial arts. If you know that you can't do a certain thing, even though you say a street fight is really quick, if I can hold someone in a certain position with their arm, their leg, or anything like that, and hold them down, and they're rustling, trying to move around or whatever, and I've got the dominant position, and I'm not even imagine I don't strike them. Imagine my aim is not to violently harm them.
Yeah, my aim is
just restrict them.
If I wanted to, that guy, by the way, I could have fucked him up. Because I had him in a position where I could have kept hitting him and he could do nothing about it, but I wasn't allowed to do that. So I just slowly...
But this is why I get annoyed at sometimes with the police force and how they don't utilize what they could do. Because if you have someone in a certain position and they get tired, it's just going to stop.
Yeah.
They've got nothing else to give unless they really have a mad flow of adrenaline and stamina or on drugs or something like that. But even them on drugs or anything like that, if you keep them in a certain position where they're not going to harm themselves, they're not going to harm you. And unless they really was going to try to break their own arm or break their own leg or something like that, you literally, with enough weight, can hold someone just in a position with no harm to themselves and no harm to you. The way they would harm themselves, they would have to do stuff like headbutt the floor, bite something that's a bit to like over the level. But even what we're talking about, tiring people out, that's kind of like, because I've also got, I'm going to compete, and I'm also going to compete with people that are heavier than me. Yeah. So I've got that angle of stuff myself to learn with tiring people out. Yeah. And even though, I'm heavier than certain people, sometimes when I'm holding someone in a position, that is something that I've picked what I'm doing. Yeah. Because I know that the second they give something up, I'm going for something. You know what I'm saying? So it's about timing. Anyone who's listening, try jiu-jitsu class, man. It's fucking fascinating.
I might come down one day.
It's humbling though. Just know that.
Got one in Woolwich.
Yeah, it's humbling. Anyways, listen, we've been going for a fucking like an hour and 40 minutes at this point. On a madness, so we went carried away. But
it's good. It's been a nice.
Let us know what your guys' feedback is. We went on a bit mad with this one. It's our first one, so we went all over the place. But that's the idea. We just want to chat with you all. Have fun, talk about what's happening. Not much happened this week, to be honest, innit? Or like last week, sorry, or like the weekend.
Last one I have for the boys.
What?
Number 1, sandwich.
Sandwich?
Go. Sandwich.
By the way, he said sandwich.
Yeah, I was like, what's a sandwich?
Is it sandwich? Sandwich?
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Where's your G?
Sandwich.
Sandwich. Like, I want to know that you're sandwich, not your sandwich.
Sandwich.
Well, that is a mad.
So originally, when I was younger, tomato ketchup. Tomato
ketchup sandwich. What the fuck?
Toasted bread.
What the fuck?
Tomato ketchup.
Wait, but where did you live? Because you're having tomato ketchup with bread. You're going to go shower.
Bobby thinks I was homeless.
Chips and McFlurry.
I'm getting a bit worried.
That wasn't me, but tomato ketchup. That was my original. That was my original.
With or without butter, or just straight tomato? Not that it should make any difference. But butter.
That makes me feel sick just thinking about it.
But that was originally. But then I gravitated onto. I'm really a bagel type of person, but I gravitated onto most probably ham with some crisps and brown bread.
Bro, I bet you ate Lunchables as well, innit?
No, I hated them things. They're butters. I don't eat cheese. I know, guys, it's crazy. I don't eat cheese.
Nah, cheese,
and it's not always to do with my lactose intolerance. I just don't like cheese.
Cheese has to be in any of my sandwiches. So it has to be, if it's tuna, cheese and tuna. Egg.
Are you a basic cheese though? Just cheddar, innit?
I can do just, cheddar. Yeah.
But you know people go mad.
What about a pickle? You do cheese and pickle.
So what's your sandwich? You said cheese. So what is your main sandwich? Don't say stupidness like him.
I'll probably say
tomato sauce. Just shut up. I don't even do anything.
Try it. I'll probably say
no.
Probably say cheese and tuna.
Cheese is so
mad to me,
bro. It's like everyone was struggling back then. Everyone's just like
that's only been recent because I go to the bagel house in Stoke Newton.
If you're trying to lose weight, you should be eating bagels. It's like the most. And cheese.
I had 2 last night.
Bagels are not bad. Bagels are not bad.
What do you mean?
Late times eating
bagels are terrible.
I had them about 1 a.m. last night, which is not great.
But I have the
coronation chicken. That's all right, you know. Coronation chicken is decent, but it depends, innit? Because if you coronation chicken from like a nice sandwich shop where they make it fresh on the day. So I can't even get over what you just said. My brain can't deal with it. And no one knew it wasn't even. You know, it wasn't even proper tomato ketchup. It was like that some Tesla.
No, it had to be Heinz. I'm not. Look, guys, are you mad? Like daddies or something? Are you mad?
I love the fact that's the issue. Not the fact that you're tomato sandwich.
Heinz, bro.
You're an idiot, bro.
Heinz.
Oh, I love it. Just Southwark Maps was like, why is there a white host?
Why not?
He's an ally.
I thought no one would listen. I thought no one would notice. We tried infiltrate.
Wait, you're white?
I know.
What the fuck?
Shit. By the way, I'm I had to read that out. I couldn't ignore that. That was too good. That was amazing, bro. Whoever that was, that was the best comment.
Ketchup sandwiches are good. Sandwiches are good, but white host is bad.
Yeah, you're right. We had to eat our diversity quota, bro. That's exactly what it's right. Diversity quota, man. We're inclusive. The Bobby's inclusive, isn't it?
Very inclusive. Very inclusive.
Dan,
that killed it, bro.
Your filler. What's your before you go on?
Man's chatting like he owns the show. Oh,
Chris.
Listen, you're gonna get yourself bugged out following comments and that.
No, I love it. This is part of the show. We got to bring them in the show, man. We got to bring them in the show.
Kill me. It's always when we did the is it Tehran?
And by the way, this is my studio and my show. So
it is his show. We just letting him use it on Big Ego.
Yeah, just put it out there. This is my show. Just Big Ego fix up. No, I appreciate the comments. That's fun. Where was we? Sandwiches.
Yeah.
I still can't go over your one. You know what? When I was younger, obviously you're not eating them now, are you?
No.
All right. So when I was younger, I was just a jam sandwich.
Just normal
strawberry jam, basic.
Have you ever tried the jam and the American one, the
peanut butter jam?
Peanut butter jam
and jelly. They call it jelly.
That's it.
But jelly, it's just jam, innit? When they say jelly, they mean jam.
I've not tried it.
In America, they do mad ones, innit? They do like chicken and waffles.
They do it. People did in the UK as well. Remember Gigs on the intro to Walk in the Park. It goes peanut butter bread and jam peanut butter. I forgot how it goes, but yeah, he said they used to have it. Yeah.
So beforehand you was just jam. What did you gravitate to? What did you go to? What's the levels?
I don't try. If I'm getting a sandwich, I'm just basic, bruv. Like just a chicken salad sandwich, bruv. I'm just simple. I'm not a big sandwich person, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about it. More recently.
It's a bit dead.
Bagel's my thing though. Bagel.
Yeah, the comment section said Warren said Wild's definitely still eating his tomato sandwiches. He's definitely.
I left them with my bully beef. I left them my corned beef and rice.
All right, I think that's it. I think we're out.
Yeah, man. People just let us know what else you want on there. Different things, different themes,
topics. Yes,
We'll be real, be raw. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you dislike, as you did, Chris, at the moment.
White host, get him out. Get him out.
Yeah, man, but it's been fun. Hopefully you lot enjoyed. We've enjoyed this. This has been great. And we'll try to make it a little bit shorter next time, but we was just gathering, man. Yeah. But still, as there's loads of you on here, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that lovely stuff, please.
Yeah, exactly, as always. All right.
Peace
out. Bye. All right, I've got to press stop.
Oh, so is it still live?
Yeah,
we're always still live towards the end. Like, people can still see us.
Yeah.